Okay, welcome back to my glass video display studio, mini studio. We got discussions on cutting circles. Here's a circle maker. Here's some glass, a pen, and my glass cutters. Here's the bottom line. When you cut anything, whether it's glass, circles, straight lines, I mean, you could get by with cutting on a mat that, has a little give to it. It's okay. However, if you really want to be successful with your scoring, you need something. Move that way. Move that out of the way here. You need something with that's hard. Like a nice bench top. Here I'm actually using a butcher block. The reason why is because when you're cutting glass, you want the wheel of the cutter to have a good kinetic bite into the glass. And if you have a soft padding underneath, you're not going to get that same kinetic bite into the glass. And it is what it is. I mean, you don't want to cut over a rug or newspapers or a placemat. If you're going to be cutting circles and what have you, if you're cutting anything really, I mean, you can, but you get a lot more success cutting on a hard surface. And speaking of rugs, we use rugs for one bench top, and we use it for cutting plate glass and large sheets with straight cuts. That's fine. It's what I'm talking about is the intricate curves and this and that you need a good solid surface. Just trust me on that. All right, so what we're going to do, I have a circle maker here. I'm kind of cheating. Not cheating, but just for demonstration. You could, whether it's a circle cutter, circle maker, a pattern, or what have you, it'll all work pretty much the same. So what I'm going to do is, you don't want to go right to the edge here of the glass. You want to come in a little bit. And I'm going to draw my circle. All right. And it's always best. I mean, I'll just say best. If you're going to use a circle cutting tool or patterns, what you really want to do, and this is the reason why I do this, is for relief cuts. When you cut a circle, you don't want to cut like a saw, or look like a hurricane with the lines. All your relief cuts are going to be here, roughly at 12, 3, 6, and 9. And I'll explain that. Relief cuts allow you to break the glass without having issues with snapping the glass off. If you're going to go with scores like this, you're already creating a situation where you're going to have a little bump here. You don't want that. You want a nice clean cut. So I'm going to explain how it's done. Here, make sure the wheel works. It works good. Make sure the hide bearing ain't falling out. It likes to do that. Now I'm a draw cutter. I'm going to show you on this gray glass, which is not terribly difficult. Let's see. Come on. Well, now it's going to be. Oh, I had a sticker under there. Yeah, let's see what it is. Delphi Spectrum 38, 38.52, looks like. Oh well. It's a gray. It's an opal gray. Here, you don't have to leave all this glass here. So what you want to just do is kind of square it off. You can just do that by coming in. I walk myself back and forth, but I'm not scoring. I'm just walking. You want to go ahead and square it up. Use that for another day. And these points I talk about, whether it's on a paper pattern, you put 4 points. And here I'm going to explain. You start at 1. It doesn't matter which one you start at. You start at 1. See, I'm walking myself again. And then you score around. As you score, I'm using a substantial amount of pressure. So you could stop at that line there. And then get comfortable again. Feeling with your cutter, you can feel where your score is. Did I lose my oil? I'm out of oil. Let's see. I'm going to put a little. I wonder why it's not cutting well. There we go. Just need it a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, so you want to stop there and then continue, and you can feel where your score is just by rolling gently. Even if you go over slightly, it's not a big deal. You can feel it. Go around. Stop there. Get in position again. Feel I'm on the score. Go around. Three, and then here it goes right there, and then the final curve. Now I'm taking my time. You could feel hitting where you started. You don't want to go past it, but it's a long-standing fallacy that if you accidentally score over a score, you're going to dull on your wheel. There's a slight bit of truth to that, but the amount that you're going to dull is not, it's not significant. It would never be an issue. So, like if you scored over this, or scored over a score, it'll never be an issue. And instead of the cutter lasting 20 years, it may last 18 years. So that's perspective. All right, now we made our full circle. Now here, again, instead of doing these type of cuts, you want to go right from your points. There. I kind of cheat. I'll go upside down and backwards. There. Sometimes it's easier. There, and it, so you can do it this way. All right, those are relief cuts. What that's going to allow is when you do break this, it'll break for you in a way that'll help. You could take your grouser here and pop it, or use, excuse me. Let's see, where am I running? Oh, here they are. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. Use your running pliers. Just kind of get right where your cut is, and just snap it down. Right, and this will break. The relief cut allows it to break off like that. And you get into the second one. Make sure on the right side. Like that. See what the relief cut does? It allows it to snap at its weakest point. Here, you're getting right in here. Here, break it down. See, there, did it again. What you're doing with the relief cuts, being that it's relieving it right there, it's not causing a pressure on the score, the intended score. You have a little bump, but it really minimizes that. And do the final one. You see, it snapped right at that relief cut. And from here, you could use your grouses as well. Come right in, curve side up. Pop it down like that. So you have a little bit right here. And curve side up when you're grousing. Pop it down. With a gentle squeeze, however, you're rocking the glass inside. And that's it. And then for final tuning and toning, you could use your carborundum stone, which I have to find. Where did you go? It's gonna, oh, it's a snake again. Here we go. You take your glass, if you have a little bump, you could use the grinder too. But the carborundum, it actually works pretty good. You have to, being that you did use relief cuts, the glass, the circle that you cut will still have a score if it did flare off a little bit. So the carborundum will actually get it right to that score. And here, and that's it. There's your circle. You could hit it on the grinder. See? You get the back. Yeah, no one says you can't use the grinder. And that's it. The purpose of this video was to show the proper relief cuts, to cut circles. You could try the sickle method. You know, what do they call that? Windmill? I don't know. Pinwheel? But again, the nature of the cut from a pinwheel, you know, coming around, you're going to leave a small amount of glass. I wish I could demonstrate again. A small amount of glass next to your desired score. So if it comes out like this, and you're going to have a lot more glass left on this piece that you're going to have to grind and worry about breaking off. But if you do the relief cut coming out, the angle, the actual 90-degree angle from the circle, it works in a way that it forces the score to continue past, say, where a sickle would be. You know, just by the pressure of the glass. But it will break at that 90, at that relief, the relief, here we go, the relief cut. All right, so I hope that helped. Cut a circle. And, you know, these little gadgets, the lens cut, unless you got a whole strip of glass and you got to cut 10, yeah. And I think those tools, if you could find one with the head that swivels, you know, where the glass, the cutter head will actually swivel like that, you really want that. If you're relying on a knob to turn, you're really at the mercy of making sure you cut it straight. If there's I think it's I don't know if it's a cutter's mate, one of them. When you cut, the direction you're going in, the glass will swivel to it. That's what you want. You don't want to use anything that has a stationary head or something that relies on you following the curve. This way, when you push down and you do it, you cut your circle, you're going to get that circle in one good scoring pressure in, you know, one shot. So it's key to getting a good score to, you know, get a good break. And again, you don't want to put a padding. There's my broom. If you were a snake, you would have bit me too. There's a lot of snakes around here. You don't want to put something soft, whether it's a pad or, you know, under your glass. You're losing a lot of that really important kinetic energy between the cutter's wheel, the glass, and your tabletop. That's not a myth. That's the facts. And you know, the harder the surface, the better you are. You could also move your pattern easily. You could slide it easily. So there's a lot of reasons why you don't. I was just using that mat to cover up this nasty soldering stain. It's horrible. That was the purpose of the mat. But being I want to show you the proper cutting skills that involve a good kinetic work surface, I needed to take the mat away. Please, comment below. Let me know what you think. And I'm open to any suggestions, questions, and, if you have criticism too. I mean, hit me up. I'm open to that. If you cut glass in a similar fashion, or if you're a push cutter, I mean, this all works the same for push cutting. But again, remember the relief cuts: 12, 3, 6, and 9. Give it a try. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.